Music is something that can touch people's lives in myriad ways, in ways that just talking can't. And I think that it can be a source of being positive in the community. Fresno has a lot of needs, and one of the needs is to engage the kids who are in trouble. In fall semester of 2006, students in my Music Theory and Literature 1 course participated in a community engagement project with Teilman Education Center. The Teilman Education Center is where all of the kids in Fresno County that get expelled for bringing a gun to school or other things, if they get expelled from the public school, they go to Teilman. What I'm doing is forming groups of my students so that they get to know people really well from the first semester that they're here, and then have them observe what goes on at Teilman Education Center, have them observe the master teachers there and the classes, and then formulate how they can best help those kids through the instruction of music. Okay, so get them to identify pulse, get them maybe to do the pulse either by some body movement or sound, or you were talking about buckets or something.
Well, I was talking about like if we...
What if you brought buckets and sticks? That would be pretty cool.
If we did something like that, and we did like, oh, here's like an accent, or here's like we're doing it in 3 or whatever, and then maybe they could take pencils, or, well, they don't get pencils in there, they get little pencils.
My group, we introduced different types of music to these kids, other than rap.
Write it down. You can number the songs, 5. Just number 1 through 5, and then how it makes you feel.
I introduced to them the piano, and I played for them some pieces that they've probably never heard before, very different pieces, and found out that they liked it, and opened up a whole new realm of music for them, a whole new way of expression, because to me, that's what music is all about.
We're trying to get them to see, not only, well, this is my favorite song, but why is their favorite song the way it is? What makes it work?
Well, we showed a little bit on the piano with them, like where the keys were. I had some of the kids find like the different notes, and then we also showed them and played them some music from the marching band, from jazz, from classical, from rock to rap, from everything, and then have them interpret it to see how they felt about it.
I'm hoping that they can dispel some of those stereotypes that learning is uncool, learning is bad, learning is boring, because yeah, there's the book learning, and then there's life learning, just living with your eyes open, that they can get here by the different environment, that I hope they can pick up on that.
The students were bused to Fresno State where they received a campus tour. Some of them met football players, some of them went in the student recreation center.
It's good exposure for them to students, to see how many students there are who can actually get to college.
I think one of the things the Teilman kids need most is a positive role model, any type of positive role model. So I'm hoping that by working with my students, they see someone who's gone to college. They realize that that person is similar to them in many ways, and that they too might have the possibility of going to college and might have the possibility of a different kind of life.
I saw how when in different environments, the kids were acting differently. They didn't have to feel like they were all tough. They were actually interested, like seeing different things, experiencing the different things, seeing that, there's something different out there. And kids weren't just, thinking that, oh, all that's out there for me is the streets. They saw that there's different things. And when we brought them to the music building, they were actually interested in the music.
Music, fun. There's all sorts of things you can learn about it. Some people don't like it, some people do. Got to get to know it well.
They're interested in academics. They're so-called normal people, just like the rest of us. Just their situations have brought them there. They're just people who can do what everybody else can do, as long as they're given the opportunity.
I'm just kidding. Oh, here's one of my favorite songs. Jingle bell, jingle all the way. Who made that up?
Some of the kids that my group was working with, some of them were just the most innocent little angels. I mean, they were polite, but then other ones were just like, they were just very different, you know, just be prepared for anything and be prepared to work and to have your stuff ready, you know, just, and not to be scared, you know, just like experience it with everything you've got and just kind of run with it.
Having them work on a project of some sort that was a real life experience where they had to apply what they were learning in class seemed like a way to get them involved, to have it be more than just a class, to make it more meaningful for their life, and to try to give them an opportunity to touch someone else's life too.